Welcome to Christina's Corner here at the Thomasville Public Library, one of the branches of the Davidson County Public Libraries. Today we're going to be working with Windows 10. We're going to be learning some tips and tricks about Windows 10. Windows 10 is the most recent version of the Microsoft's operating system. There have been several different versions of Windows operating systems, including Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows Vista, and Windows XP. Windows 10 runs on most new computers as well as tablets. An operating system manages the hardware and software of a computer. This right here is the Windows 10 desktop. Think of it as the main workspace for your computer. Down here at the bottom, we have the Windows Start button. To the right of that, we have the Windows Search. Then we have Windows Task View. These are icons that have been pinned along the taskbar. This bar at the bottom is the taskbar. This over here are the system icons, where you'll find your time, sound, Wi-Fi. These are icons on the desktop. If we click on the Windows Start button, we'll get a list of programs. These are all the apps that have been installed on the computer. This over here to the right is called the tiles. You can pin different icons to it and take them off. Right here, if you hover your mouse, you'll get the power options. This is where if you click it, left click it, you'll get the sleep, shut down, and restart options to turn off your computer. Then there is the settings. There's File Explorer. There's Documents. And this is the different accounts. If you come up here to the top and click the three lines where it says Start, it should drag it back so you can see your list of applications that's installed. Windows 10 came out with a brand new browser called Microsoft Edge. It was designed to be faster, more secure, and with lots of new features. It was meant to replace Internet Explorer as your default browser, but you can still use Internet Explorer and any other browser like Chrome and Firefox. Windows 10 now has something called the Action Center. It's located down here in the lower right hand corner, and if you left click on it, it will bring up the Action Center. Basically, it gathers recent notifications. It also accesses frequently used settings such as Wi-Fi connectivity and tablet mode. Let's learn a little bit about this search feature that's down here. If we left click on it, it's going to allow us to search for different applications, documents, settings, photos, folders, music, and videos that's located on our computer. We can also click on the ... and we can add a Microsoft account, add a work or school account, search settings, and index options. Just click it again and it'll go away. Down in the taskbar, we have the task view. We're going to click on it and it's going to show us all of the different applications we have open on our current desktop. But let's say we wanted a new desktop to open. We're going to click on New Desktop. And now we've got Desktop 1, which has our Chrome, and we have Desktop 2, which has no applications open. So let's click on it, and we're going to open Firefox. Now, if we want to get back to our other desktop, which has Chrome on it, we can either come down here at the bottom and click on Task View, or we can use the keyboard and click on the Windows Tab key. And this will let us toggle between Desktop 1 and Desktop 2. We're going to click on this Task View button, and as you can tell, we've got Firefox open on Desktop 2. What if we wanted it on Desktop 1? Well, we come down here and click on it and drag it over to Desktop 1. And then we can close Desktop 2 if we no longer need it by hitting this X up in the right hand corner. And now we'll just click there and it's brought Firefox over to our Desktop 1. In Windows 10 there is something known as Flip. And flip lets you maneuver through the different applications you may have open. And as you can tell, I've got Google Chrome and Firefox open on the computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the Alt key and the Tab key on the keyboard. And that will let me select Firefox. Now what if I wanted to switch to Google Chrome? I can press the Alt and the Tab key again and keep pressing Tab until I get over to Google Chrome. And that will let you flip between multiple windows on Windows 10. We've got Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox open on the desktop, but we'd like to have them side by side. Well, Windows 10 has something called Snap that lets us put both of them on the desktop side by side. So what we're going to do is come up here to the title bar and drag it over to the left and let go of it. And then we're going to come over here to the right and click on Firefox, and it's going to put both of them on the desktop side by side so we can see them both at the same time. Now, if you don't want them to be side by side anymore, just drag that title bar, drag it into the middle, and it's going to put it back full screen. If we have multiple windows open like we do right now, and we want to get back to our desktop, if you'll drag your mouse over to the far right past the Action Center, there is a Show Desktop here. If you click that, it'll bring you back to your desktop. With Windows 10, there are many features that can be changed or personalized to your liking. In order to do that, come anywhere on the desktop and right-click and go to Personalize. As you can tell right now, we've just got a plain Windows desktop. What if we wanted to change it to something else? You can choose from pictures. These are ones that are preloaded with Windows. If you select it, it'll change the desktop to different pictures. You can also choose by going to Browse and selecting ones off of your computer. You can also personalize colors. You can go with a light or a dark mode. You can personalize your lock screen. There are many different themes that Windows offers. You can search through. If you scroll down and change the theme, they have all kinds. You can even search and find different ones. You can even change the fonts to different ones. You can even change the language. Sometimes you may want to personalize your start menu. Right now, we have this computer and Microsoft Edge on our Windows Start menu. What if we wanted to add Google Chrome? Well, we scroll through our list of applications until we find Google Chrome, and we right-click on it, and we tell it to pin to start. And this adds Google Chrome to our Start menu. If we don't want one of the icons or applications on our Start menu, we just right-click on it and tell it to unpin from Start. Windows 10 Settings allows you to set up ease of access options on your computer to improve accessibility. You'll do that by coming to the Start button, going to Settings, and then scrolling down until you find Ease of Access. In here, you can make the text bigger so you can see it better. There is a built-in magnifier which you can turn on, and it can zoom it in so it makes things easier to see. It also has a built-in narrator which will read to you the things that's on the screen. Try out some of these different features. They may be helpful to you. In Windows, we need to know a little bit about file management. The computer uses storage devices called drives to store all computer files, which includes the operating system files, software program files, any user-created files and folders. Every computer comes with a hard drive to store these items, but there are also other storage devices that can be used with the computer, which include USB drives, CDs or DVDs, and external hard drives. A file is any piece of saved information on your computer. Files are digital versions of documents, pictures, music, and videos. Files can be created on your device. They can be imported from another device like a USB drive or external hard drive, or they can be downloaded from the internet. There are also things called folders. A folder is a placeholder to organize your computer files. You can think of it as like a filing cabinet. In order to get to all of our files, we need to go to File Explorer. We can either click on this down here in the taskbar called File Explorer. If you don't have that, you can always come over to the Start button and right-click on it and come up to File Explorer. We're going to go to this computer. But I need to tell you a little bit about the interface. Up here at the top, we have the back and the forward. These are our navigation buttons. This right here, where it has this computer, this is the file path. As you can tell, we've got folders. This right here represents your hard drive or your C drive. And this right here is your CD or your DVD drive. Most of the time, you'll have your documents in your Documents folder, like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Anything you download off the internet defaults to your Downloads folder. Anything on the desktop, which is out here, is in the Desktop folder. And you have a Pictures folder, Music folder, and Videos folder. We're going to go to the Documents folder. And here you'll notice we have many different folders, and we even have some files. Here is some of the examples of files. This right here is an Excel file. This is an MP4 file, which is a video. We have Word document. We have an application or an executable. We have a PDF file example. And we also have a JPEG, which is a picture. Now, if we wanted to organize our files and folders a little bit, we can create new folders. In order to do that, we'll just come up here to the new folder. And we can call this in Word Documents. And since we have a Word file here, we'll just drag this Word document into our Word folder. And if we wanted to go inside that, we'll find where we drug that file. In order to get back, we'll use these navigations and go back. This takes us back to our Documents folder. What if we wanted to drag the Excel into the Word folder? Well, we can do that too. We'll just drag that in there. And now we have a Word document and an Excel document in here. Well, we need to organize that a little bit better. So we're going to make another folder and call this Word. And we'll make another folder and call this one Excel. We'll drag our Word document into our Word folder, and then we'll drag our Excel document into our Excel folder. Well, since now we have Excel and Word documents in here, we need to go back and maybe change the name of our Word documents. So since this one is highlighted, we're going to go right up here to the top, and we're going to click on Rename. And we'll highlight the whole thing, and we're going to call it My Docs. Now we have a folder called My Docs inside of the My Documents folder, which has our Excel and Word document folders. And inside of each one of those, we have our Excel and our Word document. Now, what if we decide that we want to get rid of some of these files that we have? This may be one we don't want anymore. We can come right up here to the top and we can click Delete. And we'll be prompted, are we sure we want to move this to the recycle bin? We're going to say yes. You can organize your files and folders however you like. You can make as many folders as you like. Folders inside of folders are called subfolders. And when you get done organizing everything and you've trashed and deleted all the files that you don't want anymore, you can come right up here to your recycle bin and right click on it and go to empty recycle bin. This will get rid of all of the deleted folders that you put into the recycle bin, and it will clean that out. We can also change the view. If we come up here to the View tab, right now we have them sorted by detail. But what if we wanted them by medium icon? You just hold your mouse cursor over each one, and that's what the extra large would look like. Medium, list, large icons, small icons, or details. The details just tells you a little bit more about like when it would be created, what type, whether if it be a folder, a video, or a PDF. Play around with it, organize your files, and when you get done, you can hit the close by hitting the X up in the right hand corner. Now I'm going to show you the Windows security here on my home laptop. We're going to click on the Windows Start button and we're going to type in Windows Security. Click on the Windows Security app. This will pull up the Windows Security. If we go to Viruses and Threat Protection, we can have different scan options. Its default, I think, is set to Quick Scan. And we'll just click on the Quick Scan and it will search through and see if it finds any current threats. When it finishes, it should come up and say no current threats. That's what we hope so that way we don't have any viruses on our computer. If you want to do a more thorough scan, click on the scan options and select full scan and then click on Scan Now. Just know that this full scan could take a long time to run, so you can still continue to use your computer while the scan is going. You can always come up here to the top and minimize it and keep using your computer like you normally would. With Windows 10, Microsoft has set the operating system to update automatically without being checked. If connected to the internet, the computer will check for updates in the background on a regular basis and install them. But you can check to see if your computer needs any updates or if any of them have failed by doing this. We're going to click on the Start button. We're going to click on the Settings. This brings up our Windows setting. Then we're going to scroll down here to the bottom and we're going to click on Update and Security. This brings up a Windows Update screen. We're going to click on Check for Updates. And Windows starts checking for updates from Microsoft. When it gets through checking for the updates, it should come up and say you're up to date and it was last checked at the time that you checked for the updates. You also want to make sure that your web browsers are up to date. And we can do this with Chrome by opening it up. Once Chrome is open, we're going to click on the three little dots. We're going to come down here to Help, and we're going to click on About Google Chrome. And it says it's checking for updates. And then it tells us Google Chrome is up to date. If it would not have been, it would have started pulling in the latest version of Google Chrome. Now let's go over disk cleaning. Sometimes there are files on your computer that you no longer have any use and that they can be removed to create more hard drive space and creating a faster speed for your computer. We're going to click on the Start button and we're going to type in Disk Cleanup. And at the top here we have Disk Cleanup app. We're going to click on that. It pulls up Windows C drive and we're going to say OK. Then there is a list of things that actually can be cleaned up off of your computer. For right now, I'm just going to want it to clean up the temporary internet files. So we're going to say OK. And then click on Delete Files. When it gets done cleaning up the disk, if you'll open it back up again by going to Start and typing in Disk Cleanup, you should notice that it has 0 bytes beside the temporary internet files. So we can just click on Cancel now. Last, I'd like to tell you about file backups. A backup is a duplicate copy of your computer files. The primary purpose is to recover files and data if it is lost from the primary source, like a computer or a flash drive. This can happen when a hardware failure happens, a virus, hardware damage, item theft, or accidental deletion. Most people use thumb drives or external hard drives to make backups of their computers. On this picture, on the left is a thumb drive, and on the right is an external hard drive. Both of them are great. The main difference is the thumb drive is a little smaller. It usually holds less data. The external hard drive is portable too, but you can't put that in any pocket to carry around with you as easily, and usually they are bigger in size, so that means they hold more files. So now let's go over how to do that. I've got an external drive here, a thumb drive, and I want to plug it into my computer. And we're going to go to File Explorer. And we're going to go to this computer. Most things that you would like to back up are probably your documents and your pictures. You may even have some music and some videos that you'd like to back up. But for right now, I'm just going to highlight the documents, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to Copy. I'm going to come down here to my USB drive and double click on it. And in this white space, I'm going to right click and go to Paste. And as this is doing, it's copying all of my documents from my hard drive over to my thumb drive. Now let's say you wanted to do 2 folders at once. We're going to left click on the pictures. We're going to hold down the Control key on the keyboard, and we're going to come over here to Music, and we're going to click it as well. Then we're going to right click, and we're going to go to Copy, and we're going to come back to our USB drive. Anywhere in this white space, we're going to right click and go Paste. And this is going to copy over both folders onto our USB thumb drive. I hope you've enjoyed working with Windows 10 and learning some of the tips and tricks of Windows with me on Christina's Corner here at the Thomasville Public Library, one of the branches of the Davidson County Public Libraries. Try out what we've learned today on your device. Tune in next time to see what we can learn together. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.